Kevin, a 7-year-old boy with light-ash brown hair that caught the circus lights like autumn leaves, pressed his face against the red and white striped tent entrance. His wide-set hazel eyes sparkled with wonder as he watched the amazing performers practice their incredible acts. The circus was preparing for the evening show, and colorful performers in sequined costumes flipped through the air while others balanced on tightropes high above the sawdust-covered ground. "Kevin? Come meet my friend Rosie!" called out Marco, a tall juggler with curly black hair who wore a bright purple vest covered in golden stars. Kevin hurried over to see a small circus dog with fluffy white fur and a pink tutu sitting on her hind legs. Rosie had bright brown eyes and a red collar with tiny silver bells that jingled when she moved. "She's the smartest dog in the whole circus," Marco explained proudly. "She can walk on a ball, jump through hoops, and even count to 10. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from behind the animal cages, followed by frightened barking and shouting voices. "Help! Someone help us!" screamed a woman in a glittery blue costume. Kevin and Marco rushed toward the commotion and discovered that Rosie had somehow gotten trapped inside a large wooden crate that had fallen over during the storm. The crate was wedged between two heavy circus wagons, and water from the rain was starting to seep inside through the cracks. "We need to get her out before she drowns," Marco cried, his face pale with worry as he tugged uselessly at the heavy wooden box. Kevin's stomach felt like it was full of butterflies, but he knew he had to be brave for Rosie. "Wait, I have an idea," he announced, remembering something he had learned in school about levers and simple machines. He spotted a long metal pole nearby that the acrobats used for their routines, and his hazel eyes lit up with determination. "Marco, help me position this pole under the crate," Kevin instructed, surprised by how confident his voice sounded even though his hands were shaking slightly. Together, they wedged the metal pole beneath the heavy wooden box and found a small rock to use as a fulcrum. "On the count of 3, we'll push down as hard as we can," Kevin said, wiping sweat from his forehead. 1, 2, 3. They pushed with all their strength, and slowly but surely, the crate began to lift. As soon as there was enough space, tiny Rosie squeezed out from under the crate, her white fur damp but her tail wagging frantically with joy. "Rosie!" Marco shouted, scooping up his beloved friend and spinning her around while she licked his face with her pink tongue. The other circus performers gathered around, cheering and clapping for Kevin's clever thinking. "You saved her!" exclaimed a woman in the blue costume, patting Kevin on the shoulder with genuine gratitude. That evening, as Kevin sat in the front row watching the spectacular circus show, he felt proud of himself for facing his fears and helping when someone needed him. Rosie performed her amazing tricks flawlessly, and every time she completed a stunt, she would look directly at Kevin and bark happily as if to say thank you. Marco winked at Kevin from the center ring and announced to the cheering crowd, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a real hero in our audience." Kevin's cheeks turned red, but his hazel eyes sparkled with pride as he realized that being brave didn't mean you weren't scared, it meant you did the right thing even when you were frightened.